Hi, welcome to a ChunnTV hot sauce review where we got something pretty exciting. We've got from Heartbreaking Dawns, their 1498 Trinidad Scorpion hot sauce. This is meant to conjure the flavors and the feeling of the arrival of Christopher Columbus in the Isle of Trinidad in 1498. And to that end, it features delicious fruits like apricot and blueberries, as well as a blend of 3 tropical peppers that we're going to find out about here. So looking at the pour, the blueberries give it this rich red wine coloration almost, and then you got some nice chunks of peppers and fruit to snack on. The aroma is fruity and tropical, but also has like a savoriness. I think underneath you get notes of like garlic. You get garlic and onion underneath. So it provides like a kind of a balanced aroma that it gives you little hits of sweetness, but also savory as well. Whoa. Bite. It hits you. Apple cider vinegar right up front. Apricot preserves. Trinidad Scorpion pepper mash. Red Scotch Bonnet pepper mash. Orange Habanero pepper mash. Blueberries, carrots, honey, onions, tamari sauce, which is like a gluten-free soy sauce alternative, if I remember correctly. Salt, garlic, xanthan gum, ginger, and white pepper. And yeah, the ACV is there, but it kind of, I find manufacturers are getting better at kind of muting the funkiness of apple cider vinegar and capturing the good parts, but it's not obtrusive in this one. And then, well, you really get the tropical peppers above everything else. You know, they have that like a fruity citrusiness, but also Scotch Bonnet and Scorpions tend to have that savory note on the back end too. It's a really particular taste. It's kind of hard to describe, but you get that in spades. And it really goes well with the blueberry and the apricot together. Underneath it all, you have like a nice, like kind of a backing band of the garlic and the onion, you know, and the tamari to give it the savoriness it needs to kind of put those flavors in context. It reminds me a little bit of Bravado spice, ghost pepper, and blueberry. Savory blueberry, but this has got a little more of a fruity taste rather than the smokiness of the ghost pepper. I think this is maybe a little bit hotter, but it's hard to say. It's pretty close. Delicious. Yeah, so really impressed with this one. This is a nice taste. I need to get some more. Yeah, so this is the first sauce I've had from Heartbreaking Dawns, but I like the creativity. It's an interesting flavor combination. Oh, it's got a nice serious bite, but it delivers this amazing flavor that's kind of addicting that it makes you want to come back to. Yeah, I have to say that's a pretty good one. As far as the burn, it's mostly centered in the front of the mouth. It doesn't get to the back of your throat too much, but it can hit you pretty hard on the roof of your mouth and your upper back palate. It's a real aggressive stinging burn right out of the gate. But it stays superficial, which is kind of in line with those peppers. They're very violent, very stingy, but they don't like penetrate deeply like a ghost pepper or some of the super hots do, where it's like this internal, like all-consuming pain. This is more of like a bee sting kind of sensation. And it's not overwhelming, and it peaks quickly and it tends to dissipate quickly. But it is pretty intense. So I think in the burn department, this is like a solid 7. Creeping up on an 8, but not quite there. It doesn't really get intense enough to get there. 10 being like the maximum possible for a non-chili head, and beyond 10 being like, you know, out of body heat experiences, you know, of like challenges and stuff. As far as the taste, it's really, really good. There's a really nice upfront tanginess and zinginess. You get the fruit right off the bat, but then immediately you get this nice, delicious mouthful of those tropical peppers. And that's the predominant flavor, which is how it really should be, I think, in a hot sauce. And so you have plenty of time to savor the Scotch Bonnets and the Habaneros and the Scorpions. And then underneath is just enough onion, garlic, and stuff to put it in context. The tamari gives it a nice savoriness. And then the honey kind of accentuates that sweetness. So it's a tried and true way of delivering tropical peppers, a little bit of fruit, but it's unusual fruits done in an interesting way. So it's super, super good, and it's pretty creative. So I think in the flavor department, Like, I really have to, you know, to go with an 8 in the flavor department. So we got a burn of 7 and a heat of 8, or a flavor of 8 rather. The Chunn score, which is in beta, has been tweaked a little bit, but basically the idea is to give it a score that tells you about the sauce, how much money does it command in the market, should you buy it. So the burn is going to factor into that, as is the flavor. And so the current iteration of the Chunn score is going to be the burn plus 3 times the flavor. And so the burn is 25% of the sauce's value, flavor is 75%. In this particular case, we got a burn of 7, we got a heat of 8, so 8 times 3 is 24. We end up with a Chunn score of 31 for this particular sauce. And so, you know, over time we'll track a leaderboard. I think I'm gonna have some kind of public webpage you can go look at that'll have this stuff, or maybe we'll throw it in the channel. But you know, we'll track over time kind of how these sauces stack up against each other. Most of that comes down to the flavor, but there's something to be said for the heat too, because it is hot sauce after all. So yeah, give me feedback if this is a good system, bad system, what you think. Like I said, it's kind of in beta, so we're going to be tweaking it probably a few more times as we get closer to the perfect hot sauce rating system. But feel free to share your feedback. I do take it to heart, and most of the changes around the channel are changes that have been suggested by you guys, which I really appreciate. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Click subscribe if you haven't already. You know, we do hot sauce reviews, chili challenges, spicy products, many other things besides. Well, this is a hot one, and it's hanging around a little bit, but it's just enough to like kind of hang over all your thoughts of like ow, but it's never like so much that you're actually incapacitated. It's kind of the sweet spot for a burn, if I'm being honest. But yeah, click subscribe, you know, click like if you enjoyed this video, click the bell, you'll be notified every time we venture forth into the great unknown to bring you back a chili experience. And yeah, I hope you have a great Sunday afternoon. Enjoy the Pro Bowl, such as it is, and I will catch you next time on ChunnTV.